Shout out to Duke. Speaking of Duke, uh, free Will Smith. I just wanted to be said we don't have to go into the deep dive. Free Will Smith. Um, Free Will Smith. I don't even know how else to articulate it because he's being quiet about it himself. It's one of those Colin Kaepernick situations where it's like, there's this guy who does something very noble, and he steps out there for like so many good reasons, but at the same time, he's quite private and quiet about the way he feels while doing anything. And he hasn't. Will Smith hasn't done anything, but just by being married to Jada Pinkett Smith, who just seems to be hell bent on embarrassing this man publicly.
I saw an article today that has to do with Will Smith and something he said on his memoir. It said that Will Smith, in his memoir, once contemplated, killing his father. And
Killing his father.
yeah, so yeah, but there's a little bit of a story because I guess his father was abusing his mom, and this is a quote, but I may misquote it, but this is a quote from the memoir, and he said that, yeah, man, I was just always thinking one day when I get older, I'm gonna have to slay this man, and it said slay this man. So I don't know, that just really just was just like, wow, that's okay. So that's an interesting choice of words to use, but yeah, I just thought I'd just put that out there, man. I just thought that was really strange. Just like, wow, okay, all right, Will Smith, you're really getting out there with your whole past and stuff like that and what you were thinking. But yeah, so that's just another thing on Will Smith.
Do you remember seeing at all how he got out of that train of thought of wanting to slay his father? Because
I didn't read further into the article.
okay, but still, let's just stay there. Like, you got to think about the state of mind somebody has to get into to see their father as something to slay. As you're right, that is a very specific choice of words. It's a choice of words of hate. It's a choice of words of seeing something as a complete threat. Seeing something as attached to you as like a loved person, as a loved one. That's their title, but you still do feel them and see them as a threat. That comes after a lot of trauma, and I recognize that. As many black men can attest to, just having a negative relationship with your father. It's just it's so easy to happen, but I just want to say, like, yeah, that is a very specific choice of words, and it kind of makes you look at how he's handling his own marriage, where you look at it and you go, maybe if to just, oh my God, not be like this other person that I knew growing up, putting a foot on the neck of my woman, probably physically, rather than being like that in any regard. I would it leads, and I don't know, I am speaking from a place of full ignorance, but respectfully, it just would seem to me like, yes, that would allow you to then, in your adult, like, having a quite abusive father who was overbearing would, to me, lead some men to saying, okay, when I become a father, I will be the opposite, and I will over allow. Yeah, I think that sets up a cycle. I really do think that, but not necessarily in the Will Smith case. These are people with much, lots of means and resources, and then you look at their kids. For all you can tell, for all you can see, well adjusted. Even the one that came before Jada Pinkett Smith, dude is just, yeah, I'm Will Smith's son, but I think his name is Trevor. Dude is just, I think, but Duke just, he does his own thing. Whatever, he's cool. Got a little, D-list fame. Cool, whatever. He doesn't seem, but he seems very like just clean. Like he doesn't seem Chet Hanks. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't seem like that. So, which I mean, and he could have easily been that. Jesus Christ, the amount of resources, the amount of what you're around, and what. And I'll be damned. I mean, I would really hate to hear if I ever heard Will Smith didn't take care of Duke. I would really hate to hear that. And I just, for some reason, well, not some reason, Will Smith has made his image that he's a good man, a damn good man. So to have it that, you know, to circle back to Jada, to have it that any of this new, like, any news of there being a difficulty with being with Will Smith is just, even, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith has come out and said that, you know, people are misinterpreting her, you know, and I'll admittedly say I haven't listened to any of the Red Table Talks that the articles I've heard about are referencing. I haven't. But what I'll say is this. The fact that even the idea that either it's hard to be with Will Smith or you know, I mean, just after especially having this affair, like, why? Like, you already had the main nuke blow up thing. You cheated on your husband with August Alsina, your kids' is dancer singer homie who's half your age.
Yeah.
And then after that you allude to struggle in the marriage. It's just meanwhile you're a $1 million, $1 billion arguably power couple. What kind of message does that send? It just doesn't send a good one. You know, like, it doesn't say it's a happy experience to be a married, totally successful black woman. It says, oh, there's another one of those, you know? I don't know. It's not a good message. I don't know. It's just not good. You don't care about the black agenda? You don't care much about you know black families having good representation? You not for that?
No,
you seem a little quiet.
No, man. I'm just I'm just listening to you.
You just trying to stick to your roots?
Yeah.
Trying to stick to your roots? You march your broke ass out of here. Don't expect to sit down here like bro.
Yeah, man. I'm just listening, man. I'm just taking it in because I don't really know too much about the situation of what Jada said. Like yeah, man. I just really kind of know, not even to keep it a buck. I only know what I've seen Will Smith been saying, and not even a part of the situation with Jada. Just with his whole memoir and stuff like that. Like, articles keep on coming out of just quotes and shit like that. And yeah, man, it's got me interested, and I want to know more about Will Smith. And
what do you want to know?
I just want to know more about Will Smith now. Like, who is Will Smith? Like, on his day to day, not the Instagram dude, not the movie star that we've seen, but Will Smith.
If you ask Future about Will Smith, he says that he'd rather know about Jada. Respectfully.
Yeah, Future is a wild man for that, but
and he's a wild man for that. But the reason why he's doing that, that's his image. But but further is because, damn it, Jada, you out here talking about you getting in entanglements. You out here talking about it's a looking at Will Smith. I mean, I don't want to quote her, but it's just you're giving this negative vibe about being married to Will Smith. Now you got rappers with many bitches hollering at you. It's crazy. It's just crazy, man. What did Will Smith do to deserve this? What did Fresh Prince, dude from Independence Day, Bad Boys, What
Hey, man.
what did he do to deserve that? I don't understand.
I don't know, man. Cause
Bad Boys.
I can't call
One,
it. I
two, and forever.
I can't call it. I can't call it.
Bad Boys forever, Nigel.
Hey, man, Bad Boys. Shout out to Will Smith. He's made a lot of classics in his day. He's made classics, and he's continuing making classics. But yeah, man. I mean, I can't call it. You're saying that Jada's spitting out their whole. Yeah, Jada's spitting out their whole marital, like, life and stuff like that on the table talk, but I haven't even heard the full thing. Like, I've only heard so much. And what I've heard, yeah, it kind of sounds outrageous. Like, okay, why are you talking about your sex life with Will Smith and stuff like that on this table?
Well, she was talking about,
especially when I kind of agree, especially when you just cheated and like did the whole entanglement thing, and then had Augustina join the table talk, and y'all did that whole shit. It's like, honestly, to keep it a buck, why can't we just leave the fucking man alone? Will
Smith?
Yeah, or just like leave the whole like our marriage ties and our personal. But I just feel like,
well, they're gunning for the whole reality TV. Fucking hell. They're gunning for the whole reality TV show shit. At least, and not they. That's what's weird. It's almost like Jada and Will are on like two different sides of the spectrum, because you have Jada, who's on her Red Table Talk, women empowerment, pussy power, Red Table. Yeah.
That's cool.
Smells great in here.
All right.
Type of vibe. But then you also have
that's cool, man. Do you think?
Then you also have Will Smith, who's on his
memoir.
I'm gonna be in fucking France, and I'm on top of the Eiffel Tower.
But yeah, see, like,
and then he just like jumps off, or like does some crazy shit, or like,
but see,
loses 50 pounds, and
but
like,
see, that's the Instagram
like,
facade that he's trying to persuade to us, man. This is why we need that Will Smith memoir, or maybe this is all just a ploy so we can all just watch all of them.
Yes.
Do what they're doing.
Yes.
Maybe this is just a rollout.
Yes, boy.
That they just planned all this shit out, and they're trying to roll it out on us to talk about Jada. Oh, why is Jada talking about their sex life? You know why? Because they're doing a fucking rollout. Will Smith got a movie coming out. I didn't even realize that.
He does?
He does. He has a movie coming out, and he has this memoir coming out. And then Jada, you said that she's trying to get into that reality TV bag with the family kind of thing, or like just Will Smith and Jada kind of thing.
Well,
like,
I mean, if they're a fucking marriage, I would assume that the shit is concerted. It's just they do it on like two sides. Like they have their whole separate bags. You get what I'm saying? But it's it does kind of further this one whole family narrative of the dad looks good and he's chilling and he's doing his thing, but then mom is having like these moving and inspirational talks and conversations, fireside chats, and then the kids are like, wow, like cool, radical, and then it's just like, oh, this is one, and they just keep the mill running, they keep the meter ticking with just being them, just being them. But they have to keep it going. So then you have Jada with her salaciousness, and you have Will with the silence, which grows the audience's chatter. Because if he just addressed it, if he just gave you something, I mean, the closest thing he gave you was the Will Smith meme. The nigga said, and in that conversation, his tone is actually more supportive. It's like but no, like we saw your. That's why it's funny, because we saw your face. Like you wearing it on your face, like dog. You looking right at your wife, talking about like just dead face, like so. You get what I'm saying? So I think it is a wide conspiracy of the Pinkett Smith, Jaden misfit Willows to just keep our attention by just keeping random things flowing the wheel that doesn't turn with water but with content.
Yeah, man. It may be just a big ploy, a big plan, a big, just a a step-by-step plan, a pyramid scheme that they're just trying to just deploy on our ass. Like, first we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that.
Who do you think is at the top of the pyramid?
You know what I'm saying? It's the top of the pyramid is the whole family.
What if it's lizard people?
All right. Where you taking this?
What if it's lizard people? I mean, what do you mean? Where am I taking this? Motherfucker, I just asked you a question. What if it's lizard people at the top that are running the Jaden Smith, Will Smith? You know, it always goes back to lizard people. I'm sure there's a lot of things to talk about in the world that we're just not talking about right now. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I kind of just like it. We rambling. We just going on. I'm going to chop these up however I'm going to chop them up. And I'm going to send it out to the editor. And then he's going to send it back. And we're going to have a hoopla. Sounds like a lot of hoopla.
Yeah.
Hoopla.
I'll tell you this, man. On a low